Social Justice Fund is a foundation that funds social justice work in the Northwest, in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming. We fund organizations that are led by the people most directly impacted. Our model is unique. There are other organizations out there that are doing collective giving, or that are doing race and class workshops, or that are doing volunteer fundraising, or that are doing democratic grant-making processes, but there's nobody that's doing it all together quite like we are, and we think we've really hit on something here that is more sustainable, more accountable, more connected than any other kind of philanthropy that we've seen.
Being involved in Social Justice Fund has meant that I have new ideas about what role I can play in the movement for social justice. Really, anyone can be a leader in this work. And particularly, I think this is important in philanthropy, where many of us have this misperception that only the wealthiest among us have a role to play in giving and fundraising and deciding who gets money. And Social Justice Fund Northwest really shatters that and says we all have a role to play in all parts of that process.
So a giving project is basically a process whereby a group of people come together, usually 15 to 20 people, get together over the course of about 6 months. And we learn together, we do workshops, we build community, we get to know each other, and we dig into some really hard things like talking about class and race and how they impact who we are and how we relate to the world. It's just this totally comprehensive process of building community, raising money, and making grants that I think is really empowering for everybody who's involved.
Okay.
The problem that exists is that a lot of foundations function on this model where you have, trustees, wealthy people basically making decisions. Social Justice Fund actually brings together a broad group of people from different class backgrounds, different, multiracial, people with very distinct experiences.
One of the things I like about the Social Justice Fund is that it did change me personally.
It's opened my eyes to how anyone in the community can be a leader. You can with time, with patience, with the workshops, the education, and the persistence, people can be leaders in their communities.
For me, it's been really incredible to be a part of understanding the work on the ground that amazing people are doing all over the Northwest.
I think sometimes we get a little cynical seeing the way that things aren't working in the world, and Social Justice Fund has come up with this new model of hope that it's going to keep growing and expanding, and that we're going to have more resources available for the kind of organizations that really need them.
It's exciting at the end of a project to look back at people who started out saying, I'm terrified of fundraising, I'm terrified of talking about money, who have said, I can't do this, I'm not going to be, and we just say, just try, just challenge yourself and do your best. And they come out the other end saying, turns out that I am really good at this. Turns out that I am a fundraiser and I have skills that can strengthen the movements that I care about.